What's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the Juice Crew podcast, where ex-athletes come to relive their glory days and talk about life beyond the game. So grab a cup and enjoy.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Cheers, fellas.
Cheers, fellas. Cheers.
What y'all got in there, bro?
Come on, son.
They don't never know what's in here.
We can't give out the recipe just yet.
What y'all got in there,
We can't
bro?
give it out to
I don't know. D-Lo cup look a little darker.
D, what you got in your cup?
I got a little something in there. It's a secret though.
All right.
But what's going on? We got ourselves another special guest here. My boy Butterman Rich down at the end there.
Sir.
What's going on, Butterman? What's going on? Former ex-hooper over at Elizabeth High School there.
EHS,
sir.
Middleman.
And still supporting. Still supporting.
Man, stand up. We almost had them Candleman guys, bro.
Yeah. They fought.
Bro. They was cheating, bro. They always cheating. Then they went and lost to bum ass little Catholic too.
We definitely gonna have to get into a little bit of that.
Oh, yeah,
that run to the TOC was crazy.
And
too.
that's
This the last one too.
The last one, yeah.
Yeah, I'm mad at public school didn't win though. I was rooting for Camden, even though they still beat us. But
yeah, absolutely. So, Rich, I want to open it up with this because I gotta ask. The man's got it on his car. The man's got it on his hat right now.
Uh-oh.
You want to take it back to way early days? Let's take it back to way early days. How did you get this nickname Trigger, bro?
you know what's funny, man? Like, I don't even know, bro. I think it's not for real. Like, I think during high school, I was always like swaggy, you feel me? So, like, all the girls like Trey Songz. So I'm like, yo, like, I just told him I would look like him. And it was like, no, you don't. It always started off conversation. So I'm like, all right, let me just call myself Trigger. And they went with it, you feel me? So a couple people started calling me Trigger. I just stuck. And that's kind of cool, too. Girls calling you Trigger, that's love.
That is love. That is love. He got it everywhere, too. Like, this man, like, yo, if y'all live in New Jersey area, y'all see a red Camaro fly past you and that say Trigger on the back, it's this guy right here.
That was not. There you go.
hey, never mind, guys. It's not. It's the real Trigger. It's Trey Songz.
Yeah,
not
man.
Rich.
I don't know that guy.
But just to get in, just to start us off, I just want to say to my Juice Crew family, not all heroes wear capes. This guy right here is a hero because of his barber skills. I remember my first time meeting Rich, right? Got a little LG story for you guys. So it's New Year's, right? And of course, my homegirl and my girl at the time, they hit me up like, we're going to do something for New Year's, pull up, get dressed. It's going to be a nice little thing going on. So I'm like, all right, no problem. But there is one problem. I don't have a haircut. So I'm like, man, I'm stressing. I'm on campus. I don't have my car with me. So I'm just like, damn, where can I get this haircut? So I had some roommates, shout out to those guys, Bobby. He actually knew Rich. Yeah. So Rich used to come through and give them haircuts in the dorm. So I remember that one time you came, I was like, you know what? I was like, a bad fresh haircut is better than what was on my head at the time.
Of course.
I was like, I'll take, beggars cannot be choosers. I will take anything. So I remember sitting down at the chair, I took a leap of faith, and I remember getting up that chair and I was like, where has this barber been all my life? I remember looking in the mirror like, this is not the same guy who was sitting down in his chair. And it's just been, we've been locked in ever since that. So, I just want to give Rich a shout out. And if you guys need haircuts, I know he's busy enough as is already, but hey,
that's a fact.
Holla at your boy because he does great work and he definitely
man. Barbershop on the way. Barbershop on the way.
Barbershop on the way.
Barbershop on the way, man.
What made you? So just talk about that idea of getting a barbershop. Like what inspired you?
I was working in a barbershop. You see a lot of money that comes through, and then during the pandemic, I wasn't in a shop a lot. I was working from home, so I seen the amount of money I could potentially make, especially with having other people work for me as well. So I actually took the barber school seriously and I passed and stuff. So I got my license recently actually. So that's my next step. I'm gonna get a barber shop. And I really didn't want to do anything with my major. For me, college was cool, but yeah.
So a hero that puts the cape on.
So what you're saving is you could have saved a whole lot of money.
I could have. You know what's crazy too? Ruckus just called me too, talking about some bread too. I'm like, yo, watch out.
Watch out. Look, he answered, "Who rich?" I don't know that.
Like, bro, come on, watch out, man.
He said this trigger. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know Rich. I don't know Rich.
What? Rich? Nah,
Yeah, but going back to your old days over at Elizabeth, talk a little bit about that. What was it like hooping on the Elizabeth team back in the day, man? I want to hear a little bit about them.
My freshman year was pretty cool because we were actually good. You feel me? But I didn't really play. But I was on the varsity team, so I played JV too. Like I suited up for varsity, played JV. Like it was pretty fun. But throughout the years, it's kind of a struggle. I feel like I didn't get my rhythm. You get what I mean? Like coming out of middle school, I was really good. Like so, I didn't get my rhythm. Like I was going from JV. I actually don't recommend like going straight to varsity if you're not gonna play. Like because it's just like you're not really like building yourself as a player. Like you're just there for like show, I guess. Like unless you like playing for sure. Like the team was crazy. They went to the States the year before, so as juniors. So they all came back as seniors. So I can't even if I'm performing in practice very well, it wasn't like I was gonna play anyway. So.
Yep, and the thing about the three people here is that I think we all played freshman and JV at some point before varsity, and so I think that experience did a whole lot. But it also I feel like you get to really work on your game a little bit more, and you just having the minutes. Like there's no substitute for playing basketball. I always say, and if you're not playing basketball at the varsity level, it might look cool to be getting the reps early on, but if you could go kill JV, I always tell people if you could go to varsity and play 10 minutes, but JV and kill and get 25, then go get the 25 and get the experience.
Because those same JV players, you're gonna see them later on, and what I realized were like players that I grew up with that I was killing in middle school. They were doing better than me in high school. You know what I mean? Because they went and played JV at freshman, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, so like, I took a while to adjust to that game. And that's just what it was.
So the one big rivalry, though, that I'm thinking about is Elizabeth Linden. And we had our own rivalry, Bergen Catholic, Paramus Catholic, even though we've been through that one so many times.
I don't know if it's very too much rivalry.
Yeah.
Elizabeth Linden was crazy. That was a crazy rivalry. Bro, my senior year, though, they did us bad.
What happened?
What?
Tigers.
Bad, bro. Y'all didn't hear about that 54-4 game?
54-4?
Yes.
Nah, you might have to tell us.
Wait, there was that 54-4.
Wait, varsity game?
Yes.
54-4.
You didn't hear about that?
Was that Otis? Was that like Otis Livingston's team?
No, this is what's that guy, bro?
The big? Did they have the big dude?
Quadri?
No. Quadri Moore was my freshman year. This was that guy, that light skinned cat. He's not even anywhere right now. Them niggas was really ass. That's what really blew my shit. No, because look, all right. No, I don't want to downplay anybody, but like, okay, my senior year of basketball was probably the worst year of basketball of my life. I didn't even want to play basketball, but I was basically playing with people that it was the first year playing varsity basketball. Like, these people barely play even JV. You get what I mean? So it's like, I was really, like, I'm diving people missing layups. Like, it's crazy. You feel me? But 4 points is ridiculous. Like, that's a whole game.
Was the crowd, was the crowd there for the whole game?
Bro, listen to me, bro, or my mother, cuz they got somebody there in Linden, New Jersey. He's doing voodoo, bro. I promise you, cuz.
It sounded like he was.
I swear to God, bro. It's this old man. He got a cane, and he be mumbling. No, I swear. He go to all the Linden games, and he be there mumbling shit. His eyes be rolling back and shit. I'm like, what the fuck? So, bro, I kid you not. So many in and outs, like it was just weird. Like the feeling was just weird. Like 4 points is crazy.
Yeah, 4 points.
Yeah,
like you feel me? Like,
yeah.
Bro, people we're missing wide open fast break layups. Like I'm like, no way, bro. Like there's something in there.
Something's going on.
You feel me? Like, cause we played them twice. You feel me? And the second time, I'm not gonna say we didn't beat them, but we lost by like 10, 15 points.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like we scored more than 4 points the second time, but we was at the done. You feel me?
Yeah.
That voodoo shit not working at the done.
Bro, how did that feel? Like,
no,
I can't even
no,
imagine
yo,
how that feel. Like,
it was like a dream. I woke up the next day. I didn't even want to go to school, bro. I'm like,
and Elizabeth,
and the thing about Elizabeth is that like I'm not racist, but the Spanish kids, they're dick riders, bro. Oh my God, bro. They swear they know everything about basketball, bro. You go, yo, you guys gonna score 4 points, bro?
That's a
Oh
fact.
my God, bro. Yo, I know Lyndon good, bro. Those kids go to the NBA. No, they're not.
Yeah.
They're not
That's
going
a
to the
fact.
NBA. You don't watch basketball. Just shut up.
Bro,
You
it
don't know
be
what
the
you're talking
kids who
about.
don't play that swear they know the most about the game, bro.
Exactly.
Swear they know about the most about
But
the
no,
game.
that was probably, that's one of my lowest, like, I've been in a while, like, in a long, like, throughout my years, that's the lowest I've been, like, I'm not even gonna lie. I got a couple of girls off that game, too, though. Like, I was acting like I was all sad on Twitter.
At least
Playing
you
the
got
sympathy
something.
card.
I had to
Somebody.
do something.
But Denzel
Hey.
said, I'm
Yeah.
leaving with something.
Yeah,
Look,
you got,
He's out
yeah, you
with
got to
something.
do something,
You
bro.
still got a W out of that. I
Mhm.
feel like it was still a W. Something achieved after that.
No, that L was too big, bro. 54-4 was crazy. And you know what's crazy too? I work in a barbershop downtown Elizabeth. Downtown Elizabeth is like very basketball oriented. So like people will come through like, yo, Rich, what happened last night? Had to answer that question like 50 times.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, so you
Like,
were
you
in
know
the,
what I mean?
so you were in
Yeah,
the
that was
shop
rough.
at
That
the
was
same
rough.
time while you were playing in high school.
Yeah.
So talk a little bit about that. Talk about
know-
like balancing both lifestyles.
I guess I've been balancing a lot for my whole life, so it's not really that hard for me. I feel like if you keep yourself busy, that's the only way you're gonna like move up. Like right now, I feel too comfortable. I feel like I've been just working at home, going out, and it's like a cycle. I feel like I'm in a cycle. I'm actually trying to get myself out of that cycle. You know what I mean? Because because when you keep yourself busy, you just stay out of trouble and like you just focus. Like you have. I feel like in life, if you're uncomfortable, that's the only way you can like build yourself up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what it is. Like you see these people that are successful, they always talk about their struggles because they didn't want to be there anymore. You know what I mean? And that's just what it is.
Yeah, and talk about like growing up in Elizabeth. I know me growing up in Newark. I know Landon Patterson. Like you get these situations where you got a chance like to really go down a very different route. And then you talked about staying busy. Talk about if you ever had those influences that were, you know, that you recognize that this might not be the best for me, and I'm just gonna keep myself busy with doing something else.
I mean, there's always that, but you gotta understand. I grew up in an African household, like that's not even an option. Like you doing. Like it's too much common sense like that's put into you at a young age that like stuff like that doesn't even cross your mind. Like one thing about me is I was like I know how to balance stuff. Like let's say like in middle school my teachers all loved me because I was the cool kid but I had straight A's. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like I made it cool to be smart. You know what I mean? And my teachers will always praise me about that. Like I was in plays and stuff, like so people look like, oh, look at him, like if Rich could be in plays, we could be in plays. You know what I mean? It's like some people are scared to do stuff like that because like, oh, it's not cool. I remember one time this kid was like, yo, yeah, I'm failing. He started laughing. I'm like, bro, that's not funny.
Right.
You failing, like you a dumb ass. Like that's not funny. That's not funny. You're not cool right now. You're failing. Yeah. Like you're not gonna go to the next grade. We're gonna laugh at you next year when you're right here.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? Yeah. So I don't know. I didn't think it was cool to do like stuff that didn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, and I feel like a lot has to do with that is just being like, you know, comfortable in your own skin. I feel like some people just aren't, you know, usually, like I said, comfortable in their own skin. So they think like, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do that because how it perceives. Well, if you're comfortable with yourself and you know who you are, like, you're not going to care what nobody say. You're going to do what you want to do at the end of the day. You feel me? So,
and then you realize things are mad fun. Like I acted in my play the 8th grade year. I did a musical, bro. I was an Annie. They had me as President Roosevelt, bro. No correlation to Obama, but they had me in there as president. They had me in there as President Roosevelt when it was Obama time. I was like, this is a little
sketchy
coincidence, but you know, it really is fun though. Like, and I noticed that from Rich from the day one. Like, he can hang out with any crew, any crowd, any skin color. Like, he just hella relatable. And I think that's one thing that I always loved and respected about you.
I appreciate that, boss.
For sure.
Oh, yeah, for real, man.
So it was just great just hearing, you know, how you're kind of on, like, you know, being smart is actually cool. Like, that's just a very important message our young viewers have to hear because, you know, like Ty said, you know, I did the play too in middle school, even though that wasn't a quote unquote cool thing to do. But, you know, in the long run, you realize.
What play you did?
So, I did.
He's trying to get out of that.
We're not skipping past that.
I was the lead joint. I ain't do the little slick back, but they put me in them little black jackets.
Okay, the leather joint.
I had to hit a
LG with the leather joint.
LG with the
tight white
tee and the jeans
and the high notes. So, but just like looking back on that experience, just those outside activities that are seen as like not cool, they teach you so many just different things. Like
you just
know,
gotta be versatile, man.
Exactly.
Like things like that make you versatile and it just builds character at the end of the day. I'm not gonna lie to you though. If I'm being very honest with you, I joined the play because there was this girl I like. I'm not gonna lie to you. In middle school, look, I joined the play because there was this girl I liked, and she was like, I knew she had potential. I knew she was gonna be crazy. Feel me? She was like a stock option. I'm like, yeah, I'm putting my money in this now. You get me? But
if she saw this right now, would she know that you talking about her?
I tell her all the time, but she got a man now. So I don't want to bring it up. For me, I got my own stuff going on, so and I ain't gonna fuck that.
Buy cheap or buy low, sell high.
Buy low, sell high.
Or it up. My stock option expired. I didn't get to sell.
It just ran out.
Our play was actually Mulan Jr. I was the bad guy, the Shang Yu guy. I forgot his name. I was the bad guy. I was the bad guy.
So, Rich, was there any other sports that you played growing up besides basketball? I
was actually a very good soccer player.
Ooh,
like in high school, right? My vice principal was the head soccer coach of Elizabeth High School. So my senior year, my boy actually was in my house, and I told him, like, bro, like, I'm better than your soccer, like, you're trash. He's from El Salvador. So he thought he was nice because he was Spanish. I'm like, bro, like, I'm not black. Like, I'm African. Like, I play soccer, bro. Like, you talking to me, like, I wasn't born here. That's what I'm trying to tell him. So he like, all right, let's go to practice. So we walked to practice, mind you. Like, from my house to the soccer field in Elizabeth, it's pretty far. Probably like, I want to say like, walking from here to like probably, no. That's crazy. Walking from Rutgers to the Prudential Center, probably. Feel me? It's a little stretch. That's like, even though it's there, it's a stretch. Yeah. You get what I mean? So cool. So we go to practice, and they got this little kid. He's supposedly supposed to be the best player. I'm doing him bad. Like, and it's not because I'm like more skilled than him. Just I'm more aggressive than him. Like, you're not taking the ball from me. You're not taking the ball from me. You don't got no muscle to get off of me. You get me? So one day I'm chill. So my boy actually stops going to practice. So I'm not gonna keep going to practice. I'm going over here to prove you a point. So right now, right now you blow my shit. I can go work on my game. I like basketball. So I'm chilling in class one time, and the teacher said, "Oh, you got to go to the office. Vice principal calling you." So the whole walk over there, I'm like, "Damn, like, what the fuck I do this time?" Like, get me? I'm thinking, like, damn, I ain't do nothing this week. This is a good week. Like, you feel me? I was chilling this week. So I get in the office. He asked me, yo, why you stop going to practice? I'm like, bro, don't do that to me, bro. I've been walking here thinking about what I did all week, bro. I went to the, you had me nervous. I went to the bathroom. I took a detour. Like, I was doing mad stuff. Like, I'm looking for excuses. So I'm like, yo, to be honest, like, I didn't really want to play. I was just trying to prove points on my boy. He like, just come back and play for a little bit. And I just never went. And you know what's crazy? They won the state championship that year. Yeah, so I missed out on a ring. But I do have a ring, though, for track and field.
Okay.
Yeah, I do have a ring.
So explain the track and field and just getting that ring.
Yo, okay, let me tell you something about track and field.
Talk to it.
Let me tell you something. One thing about track and field, okay? So I was doing track and field. I don't know why I started doing track and field, actually. I don't know. I just wanted to keep myself busy. So
Keep in shape.
yeah, just stay in shape. You feel me? Just feel good for basketball. I wanted to dunk. That's what I wanted to do. You feel me? I always could touch rim, but I never got over that hump. You know what I mean? So I was like, all right, let me do track and field. So I did track and field. Freshman year was cool. You feel me? And I actually started getting good. I was doing like long jump, triple jump, all that stuff. So what made me? I was gonna quit track, but what made me stay in track? One day we went to Westfield High School, Westfield Relays. Oh no, it's called the Blue. They're the Blue Devils, right?
Yeah, Blue. I know they're Blue.
Yeah. Blue Devil Relays. Oh my God. Hugh Hefner's relay, bro. What? Yo, the girls I saw there, I say yes. I'm doing track every year, bro. What? You bugging. Yo. Oh my, the Linden girls, the Rawway girls. Yo, it was this girl from, they were green, bro. You know what's crazy? No.
I'm just feeling it. Behind Morris County School, like Morristown or something.
Yeah, something like that. But anyway, forget about her, bro. Actually met Cindy McLaughlin.
Okay.
Cause she was running for Union Catholic. We always had a competition against them, and her brother too. He's nice. So it was a lot of and one of the guys on my team too. I think he went D1. I think he's still there. I think he's in University of Houston or something like that. Now we had a lot of pretty good guys, like a lot. Like we were doing people bad.
Nah, that's fine. That's fine.
We know that, for anybody out there, if you got a crush and they doing something that you might think you don't want to do, look, it worked out. It worked out for Rich. Look, go follow it.
Worked out, bro. You meet so much people. Like,
yeah,
it's not even about the girls all the time. I just say it just to be a little funny, but. Like the girl, I said the girl. Like his mind on doing a lot of different things though. It definitely like it's all about networking. Like I know, Ty knows about that the most. Feel me? Because like Ty, one thing I really liked about you in college, like you really knew how to network. Like you really stayed on your game, and like I respect that about you. That was very nice. Like just seeing somebody that was doing the same things we were doing, but still like. On top of his game, like you get me, like you was in clubs, like you feel me. Even my boy Roberto joined a club because you was in one. You get what I mean? He's seen the progress you're making from being in clubs and from getting yourself out there, and that was dope to see. Like,
yeah. Well, I know for me personally, is like just speaking on that though, is that like for me, I always knew that like I feel like from where I like grew up and stuff, and the people I hung around, people never saw that like as being like in corporate America. Not that I like kind of I'm working in corporate America now that I want to stay there forever. But I always wanted to like show people that like, yo, I could go out, I could hang with my boys and shit, and like chill and just have my own personality, but still be shaking hands and like meeting people and doing all that shit. So
exactly,
for sure,
no, absolutely. But I want to harp back on something you said before. You spoke about your aggression on the soccer field, and I know you. Just from talking to these guys that you tried out for the Rutgers North basketball team.
Yeah.
Tryouts.
You want to talk a little bit about that trial and kind of a little bit about how that aggression might have helped you?
Look, man, I wouldn't even call it. I wouldn't even call them tryouts. Me, I knew I was good. I knew I could have made that team if I wanted to. I was basically on the team. But what my problem was that I don't know. I just wanted more for myself. You get what I mean? Like I look back right now, I don't regret the decision for quitting. Feel me? Not that you guys should quit, but sometimes you gotta weigh your options. Really not quitting. You just like I wouldn't even call it quitting. Like I would just say like I just made a better decision for myself. Like I just put myself in a better decision to succeed, in my opinion. Like okay, so you know what's crazy? Locker room wasn't replying my messages when I got to Rutgers North. I only went to Rutgers North because my coach told me to go to Rutgers North so I can play. And Locker got me into Rutgers North. I was going to Rutgers New Brunswick, actually. And then, like, what sealed it for me to go to Rutgers North was that Roberto, which is my best friend, you guys know him, he was like, yo, I want to go to Rutgers North because his GPA wasn't that good. You feel me? Sorry, Roberto. His GPA wasn't that good in high school, you feel me? Like, he just, for me, he was goofing around. His GPA probably wasn't that good, So he was like, yo, I want to go to Rutgers North. Feel me? He didn't think he was going to get in New Brunswick. Okay, cool. So I'm like, to be honest, like, I could go to Rutgers North and play basketball and be my best friend. Why not?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was
Jack of all
like,
trades.
yeah, it was like, why not? So I was like, all right. So I went. For me, I went to tryouts. First day of tryouts. For me, I was playing well. It was pretty good. Like, for me, you guys were there. Y'all seen it. Like,
Oh yeah,
Like,
well, I seen it. I seen
yeah,
it.
like, so we was balling. Everything was fun. For me, I played with a lot of people from the team in the rec, so I already was used to certain people. And I don't know, like, what did it for me that one day, it was one day we left a practice early morning, and then I had chemistry lab after. Mind you, I was a bio major, so if you guys know, bio majors, like, it's really crazy. Like,
Slaving.
Yeah, slaving. So I left practice, and I had a chem lab. Chem lab is torture. Like, it's like the Russians got you somewhere. Like, it's torture. So I'm in chem lab stressing. Mind you, I'm gonna talk to you about chem lab actually after this. But so I left chem lab. And I was walking in front of the library, and I get a text from the basketball group chat. Oh, second practice at 4:00. So. I said, no fucking way. So I called Lochran. I said, yo, big bro. I said, me and you and Rutgers North, we're done. Finito. I can't do this no more. I got a lot of stuff going on, and I can't. I just can't do this. Feel me? At the time, I was saving up for a car, this, that, and third. And I was just trying to get my life together. So it worked out for me.
Playing basketball, I mean, it's like a job in itself.
Yeah, especially in college,
you
man.
know, just a heads up to our young viewers who looking to play on that next level. Be prepared just for that work that comes with it. Like, I remember just exactly like what you were saying, those double practices where you got an early morning practice, got to go to your class, eat, do whatever, and then a second practice after that. It's really time consuming. So, you know, just make sure you know that you can definitely handle that, and just prepare yourself mentally, physically, emotionally, anything, just that experience. Because I remember I kind of got hit from left field, just coming into college and just seeing just the workload. And we used to get them, the schedules printed out, everybody's groups, and it was down by the day and by the hour and the minute. And it was like he knew exactly what your schedule was, so he knew your openings. He knew if you didn't have a 1:00 class, all right, cool, that's a 1:00 workout now. So
something built in there.
Exactly.
You're staying busy all day long.
Exactly.
Oh, nah.
So, just for my Juice Crew viewers, hey,
he'd have been
that
sad.
heads up. There's college ball is like a job.
So you're at the decision, thinking about, which Rutgers. You broke it down, get to come with your boy. I think that me and El had a lot of those characteristics. Obviously, me and D-Lo much different, much different introduction at the time.
Built that one.
But that one built too, and so now
What happened with you and D-Lo?
So Bergen Catholic, Paramus Catholic, it was a bad rivalry. It was a bad rivalry, but they beat us every time. So like,
I never lost to them in my career,
and so it was already like, it wasn't a fun one, and like we used to like just go back and forth. So the first person I see, like, we showing up like for like either a workout or a study hall or something. I'm walking down Hill Hall. I see D-Lo. I'm like, fuck, this nigga go here. I'm like,
we're gonna go back to
I was like, so he go here. We both kind of looked at each other. We was just like, damn, like you could tell we wasn't really like. And then I was like, I gotta say what's up. So I said what's up, but then D-Lo gave me a half-ass what's up. So I was like, yeah, I guess we still on that type of time.
I ain't bang with him because you know how it is with the competition. Like, you got a rival in high school and stuff like that. Like, we just didn't collide like that in high school. When I see Ty, every time I wanted to see him prior to that, I was trying to kill him.
Bro.
And he was trying, vice versa. He was trying to kill me. So it was like,
Linden guys don't come to Elizabeth. They don't. They can't. Don't come here.
Right,
what if they trying to pull up to the park?
What happens when they try to pull up?
Yeah, what happens if you go to a lit?
It depends, because it's certain Linden has that's cool. You feel me? Like you could pull up. Like, he good. Like, you feel me?
So
he the cool guy.
What do they have to do to kind of get on that? They can't come to Elizabeth's list.
It's just because you know what it is, Linden. Like, they think it's the hood, and they try to act a little too tough. But Linden's not really the hood. You feel me? Like, Linden's not really the hood. So the people from Linden who act like they're from the hood, they're the ones you can't come. Like, because you trying to act like somebody you're not. Like, one thing about Elizabeth, we're gonna like. I know you're not tough. You feel me? Just act like yourself, and it's okay. We're gonna accept you.
Yeah.
Don't come here and act like you're from the hood. You're not from the hood. You're from Linden. I've been there before. It's the suburbs. Don't
I've
say
seen
that.
your kind before.
It's the suburbs. Don't say that, right? Like, yeah, y'all got one area that's the projects. One area, and y'all not even really the projects.
Yep. So we're just thinking about just you coming in with your boy, and obviously me and D-Lo breaking down that right. We grew this. Obviously started a podcast. Talk about like kind of that brotherhood that you had with Bert, and then kind of when Dromo and Chico came in, and then the whole formation of BDG.
I'm gonna tell you, it's such a beautiful story. Like God is so good. For me, those of you who don't believe in God, I apologize for me, but. Like, okay, so I'm gonna tell you how it went. It's all started. Okay, so my cousin Prince, right? I grew up with him. Like that was like my brother. I don't have a brother. I have 3 sisters, just me. But I have 4 sisters, and it's just me. So I grew up with my cousin. I was the only like guy in like the family group at the time. So grew up together. Boom, boom, cool. Prince goes to NJIT. I go to Rutgers North. Cool. So Dromo, right? He is a family friend actually. It's a family friend from my father. My father worked at United, and he got cool with another Ghanaian guy. I'm Ghanaian, by the way.
Who got the better drill off? We'll get to that.
We'll get to that. They know who. The ones that's in the World Cup. So I got cool. So me and Dromo got really close. Like everything I know about like talking to girls and stuff is from Dromo. Like Dromo was giving me like the ins and outs, like you get what I mean?
He was like the coach.
Yeah, he was the coach basically. Because me and Prince we were more on like the gaming, and so I used to play RuneScape and all that shit. You feel me? I was on like the nerdy type of vibe. He was from Carteret, so that Carteret was kind of like rubbing off on me. But Dromo brought back like that Elizabeth like in me. You feel me? Because he was from Plainfield. So when I got to college. So me and Bert's cool, it's down there. So Chico played on a soccer team. Chico also lives in Plainfield, right? Okay, so here it is. This is a crazy story. So one day I'm with Prince, and he's like, "Yo, let's go to the soccer house." Blah blah. Go to soccer house is better than frats, by the way. So we go to the soccer house. Yeah, I see Landon in there. He was bugging. So we go. All right, now you know, my bad, big dog. So we go to the soccer house. Go to the soccer house. Prince being there. I'm like, "Yo, how we gonna get in? Like none of them know me." I knew Dre and Jose because they was in our grade. For me, I'm gonna talk to you about orientation too. It's crazy. So we go in there. He's like, "Yo, this is my guy Chico." Boom, boom. So I'm like, "Yo, Chico, what's up, boom?" So me and Chico get cool for a while. Cool. So on my birthday, right, my 21st birthday, I set up like a section at a club. I invited everybody, and I invited Prince. I invited Dromo, and from Bert, and all my other friends from Elizabeth. So Chico comes to my house, and you feel me? I don't have a problem with it, but I'm like, what the fuck? What is Chico doing here? You feel me? So I'm like, "Yo, Chico, what's up?" Blah, 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 blah. So come to know that Chico and his family brought in Dromo. So now Dromo lives with Chico. You get what I mean? So then after that, they just all got so close. Yeah. And I just call him one of my cousins now. But it was just so weird how that, like, it was just inevitable. Like, like you get what I mean? Like, for Dromo to live with Chico and for us to just, it was crazy. Like, it's just crazy how it happened. I think about that all the time. Like, it was just meant to be.
You know what's crazy, too? I really thought Dromo was your real cousin.
Everybody
you would always call him your cousin. I thought
everybody does. Cousin. You know, there's like when you're African, like you just like you treat everybody like family so much. Like it's just like he's not my friend. Yeah, like you get me.
It's more than friendship. Yeah,
for sure.
Definitely.
Like it's more than that. So.
Well, Rich, we got a lot to get into. We're going to continue, but first, let me get this read out for our very first sponsor on the podcast. Shout out Charlie and what he's doing with Buy the Villa. Launched NFT. They're doing a lot of big things, but this episode is sponsored and brought to you by the Villa. The Villa is a sneaker, streetwear, and vintage clothing store brand located in Ridgewood, New Jersey. The Villa carries the most exclusive, sought-after sneakers and clothing on the market. From Jordans, Dunks, V-Loan, Essentials, and so much more, Davila provides the hottest items at the best prices. Whether you're from America or across the world, Davila ships worldwide, giving people from all over the world a chance to get their hands on the most popular brands and fashion items. Davila gets new inventory every day, so don't miss out. Follow them on Instagram @BuyDavila. That's BUYTHEVILLA. And check out their website at www.buydavila.com and order from wherever in the world. The link will be in the description for you guys to go check them out.
That's crazy, because I got these from the Villa, too.
I was about to say, I was literally
Shout out to the Villa.
Fire.
Shout out to the Villa.
Hey,
and Matt Miller.
You guys can be just like him. Just
Shout
take
out
that
to the
trip down
Villa,
Villa,
man. Shout out to the Villa, bro. They gonna take care of you, man. My boy Matt, he holding it down. I just cut Matt today too. That's funny.
Wow.
Yeah, shout out Matt and the good guys over at the Villa.
Nah, they doing the damn thing Rich, over there.
We know you a barber.
Yes.
But you more than just a barber.
Many trades.
I mean, you got a YouTube series. You got your cosmetology license now. Apparently, you in some rap game.
They make
I
music.
had to listen to some music today because my boy Rich now a rapper too.
Hey man,
bro. First of all, I want to know, how do you balance all of that? Like, how do you really go about your day-to-day balancing all that?
You know what it is? Like, I have fun doing the things I do. You get me? I feel like it's not really a balance. It's just, it flows because I enjoy the things I do. You get me? Like, when I go on vacation, I enjoy vacation. So I wanna take footage of what's going on. I want everybody to see what's going on because people don't really understand when I come home and tell them what happened. You get what I mean? So I'm like, yo, let me just record all this shit. So I started recording it and editing and stuff like that. And people started liking it. So I'm like, all right, let me just keep doing that. And then with the music, like, I always was into music. Like, I grew up in a church, so like we was in a choir and stuff. Like, so I was into music, but like I never really thought about making music. But I got a lot of friends that make music, so I was like, oh, let me just try. And then I tried, and I liked it. Like, it's actually like a good hobby for me. It's actually like a hobby for me. So like.
So when you're doing the vlog and stuff like that, you say you do all the editing and stuff yourself, right?
Yeah, I do, actually. It's fun. It's fun learning that stuff.
Talk about how time consuming that is, because I know, because like for us, I do our editing and stuff like that. I don't think people really understand. Like,
no,
this is something you got to sit down and like.
They don't understand because like with the editing, like you actually have to sit down, and you know what's crazy? Like, there's so many videos you have to watch. Exactly, you actually have to watch the videos. Like, you get what I mean? Yeah. And then there's certain things you actually can't put in there. Like, you're looking, you're like, I can't put this. Like, like, you feel me? Like, I didn't like the way she, like, feel me? Like, you don't want to, like, put shame on anybody, like, at the end of the day. So, like, you're like, I might not put this in there. Or, like, oh, like, let me find a meme for this. Or, like, oh, I don't like the transition here. Oh, I gotta put the volume up on this video, or like, where's that video from the phone? So you're calling people like, yo, get that video. Like, where's that video you had on the phone? You feel me? Like, cause when we go on vacation, like, I don't like going to the club with my camera. Like, I'm like, yo, take a video, like, make it diagonal. You feel me? Get what I mean? So we have a good, we have videos from the club and stuff like that. So, like, with the editing, that's probably not the funnest part of vlogging. Like, it's definitely not the funnest part, but I don't know. It's all a process. So
I feel like it's worth it at the end. Like, once you finish everything and you see like that final product that you created, it's like, okay, like this was worth it. Like, this is what I pictured when I had the image in my head and stuff like that. Like, this is how I wanted it.
That's a fact. That's a fact. And you know what else it is too? Like, one thing I like about editing is that over time, like, if you edit over time, you're definitely gonna get better. Like, like, everybody's progress is gonna be different, obviously, but you can see your progress. Like, you watch one video and you watch the next one, and like, wow, this one's better than the last one. Yeah. Because like, I realized what I did wrong in the last one, and I used that to build my next video. You know what I mean? So, like,
are there any tips in editing that you've learned now you wish somebody told you when you were starting out?
Yeah, I mean, you know what it is? It's not even about tips. It's just that when you edit, like, there's certain things that, like, once you get better at editing, like, you take videos for certain ideas. Like, you get what I mean? Like, for example, I'll take a video of this Gatorade bottle, like because I have an idea for it.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I mean? People won't know why I'm taking a video of this Gatorade bottle, but I have an idea for it for when I edit. You know what I mean? I probably wouldn't do that the first time I'm editing, though. I'll just be taking a video the whole time. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, I'll probably do like a zoom in or a zoom out, or like do a crazy like spin or something because I have an idea for that video. You get what I mean? So it's just certain stuff like that I feel like you just have to learn over time. I feel like editing is just something like everybody edits different. It's kind of editing is kind of like making music. Everybody has their own way of doing it. Yeah. So like it's just as long as you keep doing it, it's just the repetition is gonna mold you into how you want to edit. Yeah. And that's just what it is.
That's a great point too, because I remember learning some of those like nits and tricks with my boy John. Shout out Jay Nitech. He actually recorded our promo video and everything, but like going around and seeing something.
That was a great promo video, by the way.
Nah, he did a great job.
That was a great promo video, by the way.
But just going around watching some of the work that he did, like you said, like just some of those little things like you don't notice. Like I saw him, you know, like do some of these like different like swipe techniques and stuff like that to swipe in and out on certain images and stuff like that. And then seeing the final product, it's like, okay, like
that's why he did that.
Yeah, like that's why he did it. Yeah. In the moment, you might not realize like why is he doing that. And at the end, you're like, oh, and then you see how it looks, and it's crazy. It's crazy. The whole process with that is insane. But
for sure.
Let's get into some of your barbershop background too, man. I know that's how I met you know, Butterman Rich. That's actually how we gave him the nickname too, Butterman Rich. I mean, because this man just gives out the butters. I remember the first cut you gave me actually was up in LG's room. Because I needed a barber on campus, and I wasn't going back home really, so I was like, I need someone on campus, and L told me about you. I was like, let's suit it up, and then from there on, you know, from freshman year all the way till we moved out of the dorms, Rich was cutting our hair in the dorms, for real, the whole room pretty much, yeah. So talk about a little bit of that lifestyle, you know, going to people's houses, being in the shop, you know, what is it like on a day-to-day to be someone's barber? Because you have the powers. El started to you got the power. You can make or break a man's day right there.
Next couple weeks.
Like. You know what it is? I feel like being a barber is probably like top 5 jobs in the world. Like you set your own schedule. Like if you're good, you can actually make a lot of money. You get what I mean? Like I'm not gonna put my business out there, but you feel me? Like. But you can really make a lot of money, and when you're a barber, like I don't know, you just connect with so many different people that it just builds your social skills. You get what I mean? And that just carries on to other places. Like I see that I can bond with so many different people because I talk to so many different people every day. Exactly. Like I hear so many problems. Like people. Like go to barbershops is like therapy to them. Like a lot of people tell me about their problems, and I just listen to them. You know, I give it advice where I could give advice. You get me? Because sometimes it's not my position. You get what I mean? Like
too much info.
It's too much info, and I give them the head nod. And, yeah, I feel you. I hit them with the damn. That's crazy. You feel me?
Like 3
yeah, like a couple of those, and I'm like, I can't help you with that, but. You know, it's beautiful, man. And you see certain people grow. You get what I mean? There's certain people there's kids that I've been cutting. Like, I've been cutting for a while. So, like, there's kids that I've seen go from middle school to high school. And I'm like, damn, like, I've watched this kid grow. Like, every 2 weeks I've seen this kid. You feel me? So, like, there's a lot of things that comes with barbering. Like, you just really see, like, a bigger aspect of life. And, like, it's taught me a lot. I really like cutting hair. So, it's a great job, man. Yeah. So those of you who thinking about it, you should try it, man.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
And how did you first get into cutting?
My uncle actually, he used to cut his own hair. So one day he told me to cut him, and he just taught me how to use the blade and stuff. And I was like, whatever, it's kind of cool. So you feel me? My barber, he was doing me bad. So I'm like, yo, let me just try to cut my own shit. So I was cutting my own hair, and it was coming out. It wasn't good, but it was better than what the other barber was doing. So I'm like, all right, I might as well mess myself up than let somebody else mess me up. And then Prince was my test dummy. So his barber was messing him up too. So I'm like, bro, let me cut your hair. So yeah, I kept practicing on him, and you feel me? I mean, I was kind of his stock option because now he gets cuts for free, you feel me? So
that's okay.
Yeah.
So who cuts your hair now?
I actually cut my hair.
Cut your hair?
Yeah, so Yeah, I was kind of my own stock option, I guess. Yeah.
So, yeah, right.
I gotta,
Great investment.
Yeah,
Great
you feel me?
investment.
So
I gotta ask, you've been talking about just the good side of just being a barber and just your passion
of
for it.
course.
There's one thing I was just always curious about, like, so what's some things that barbers go through that like the average person doesn't know, like, because sometimes I see you getting phone calls all day long.
One advice that I would give to future barbers: get another phone, bro. One thing I messed up with is that everybody has my number now. Like everybody, like, and I kind of don't see text sometimes because I have so many people contact me at the same time. So like, just get another phone. Have two phones. Have a work phone, and then have. I'm actually gonna try to transition to that this summer. I was supposed to do that last summer, but things happen. It's life. But I'm gonna try to do that this summer. Get another phone, and it's just you have to exercise a certain amount of patience because like not everybody's easygoing. You know what I mean? And there's certain clients that come in there and they're like they know what they want, but they don't know what they want. But you feel me? And they think you should know what they want. Like, you know what I mean? So like for example, I have clients that come in there, like, and they'll say, "Let me get a taper," which is like a Brooklyn fade, like kind of what you have. But they really want to fade.
Right. They don't know what they.
You get what I mean?
Yeah.
So, like, my advice to other barbers is ask the client to show you a picture because usually people like these people, they don't know what they're talking about. You can't blame them; they're not barbers. You know what I mean? So I can't blame them for not knowing what it is. But certain people just kind of make it difficult for you, I guess. I love kids, but I don't like cutting kids. I don't. I'm not gonna lie to you. But it's fun cutting kids because you see them grow, especially if you have a good kid. You get what I mean? I feel like some parents should discipline their kids a little bit more. I know we're in America, so you gotta show your
I
code.
know you got a kid story. Is that one rowdy kid that pissed off one day? The parents just sitting there letting them do it. Rich is like, all right.
I mean, you know what it is when you're a new barber in a barbershop, they give you all the kids. You get what I mean? Like they send all the kids to you. Cut him, because they usually get a one with a shape up. You feel me? Nothing crazy. So like, it's supposed to be the easiest cut, but it's not because the kid don't want to get a haircut. You know what I mean? But where I'm at right now is that I have so much like clients that like I'm able to turn down kids that don't want a haircut.
Yeah.
Because I don't need their money.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At the end of the day, so like I always ask parents like, is he gonna behave? Like because I don't have time to cut. I have 30 minutes. You know what I mean? Like those my appointments is 30 minutes. If it's gonna take me an hour to cut him, I'm not gonna cut him.
Yeah.
For me, and the haircut is cheaper because it's a child.
Right.
So you're not working with me here. Like, you get what I mean? You're not working with me here. Like, you get what I mean? So that's just what it was. That's just what it is. And another thing too with being a barber, some people feel like one thing that I don't like is that some people feel like you're entitled to cut their hair. Like, I don't have to do anything.
Yeah,
like
that's facts.
Like I could wake up tomorrow and tell you like I don't cut hair anymore.
That's that.
Like, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
And there's certain clients that feel like I have to cut their hair. Like, I don't work at McDonald's. Like, I don't have to give you this cheeseburger. Like, you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you can't order a haircut. Like, you have to ask me to cut your hair.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Some clients, they don't understand that. Feel me? But, feel me, those stuff happen, and then you just have to put people in their place, and then they'll understand. Yeah, it's just what it is. Life. Feel me? Some people didn't grow up with common sense. I mean, common sense isn't that common sometimes.
I'll tell you what, though. I know if you change your number and get a work phone, you're going to have some angry clients because they trying to figure out that transition over to this new number is going to be a hell of a process.
Yeah, but they're going to hit me up in my regular phone. They're going to do
That's
both.
exactly what they're
I just know what they're going to do both.
You might be setting yourself up.
Yeah,
you might be better off getting the second line and telling, but then that's hard too, telling all your friends.
Telling all your friends, me and Ty was just having this conversation because when I had gotten my new phone, they had changed my number over. I didn't want them to change my number, but they had changed it over. I ended up getting my old number back, long story short. But like for that like half of a day that I had my number changed, like I'm just sending it out to family, and that was already like a struggle trying to get them to like, this is my new number. Like half of them were confused and didn't understand what was going on. I'm like, bro, like I'm like, it ain't even been a day yet. I'm like, you know what?
That's crazy.
I had to call Verizon and I was like, yo, I need like, give me my old number back. Like, I can't do this, bro. Too much.
Yo, it's too much.
But talk a little bit about, you know, the YouTube, the vlog, you know, your career as a barber, licensed cosmetologist, music. What are you looking forward to? Would you say in the short term or long term, kind of over the next couple years?
Okay, so what's your definition of short term? Like short term, like
what are you trying to accomplish this year, and then like what are you trying to accomplish in the next 3 to 5 years? How about that? Okay, so by the end of this year, I don't know, YouTube wise, I just want to be more consistent. YouTube wise, music wise, I probably want to like expand a little bit more, probably like get a little out of my comfort zone, probably do a couple music videos or something. And in regards to like cutting hair, like I mean, my barbershop vision is probably more long term than short term. Like, because I don't know, I'm in a good situation, so probably like 2-3 years is my plan for the barbershop. You'll probably find some real estate that's a lot cheaper. I'll tell you that much. to go actually set the shop up and everything. Yeah, so these prices right now. Yeah. Wait till somebody foreclose. There goes the Rich shop. Come up right there.
Any locations you got in mind? You think you want to kind of stay in Elizabeth though?
I want to stay around my area. Yeah, that's where my clientele is
mostly
based in Elizabeth. So, like, the closer I am to Elizabeth, the better for my clients. And if it's not Elizabeth, probably like Broadway, Union, maybe even Linden, probably. Nah, I don't go.
I was gonna say you going into the opposition crib and the opposition crib.
Nah, I don't go into that. Nah, but I don't have no beef with anybody though. Feel me? Like nobody didn't do nothing to me. So, but yeah, those are my plans.
That's what's up. Well, we know that. You know, before you came on the podcast, you've been itching to get at me and D-Lo for something. Rich, why don't you let our guests know as we hop into, you know, our little, you know, sports debate little segment here. What bone do you have to pick with us?
Where the speak at? Where the speak? I want them to hear me. Listen, bro. Oh my gosh. KD is bad, bro. He's not good. Let me tell y'all something, bro. I know, blah, 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 LeBron James sitting at home. But let me tell you something, bro. LeBron James not getting sucked by the Boston Celtics, bro. He's not. Bro. D.Low. He's not.
I want to know where all these KD LeBron comparisons, first of all, come from. Because the only ones I be hearing talk about it are these media outlets, Stephen A. Smith, the ones, guys like him won't bring stuff like that. Like, I'm consensus LeBron is top 2 all time. Whether he's 1 or 2 for anybody, he's top 2 all time, period. That's it. LeBron's top 2.
Okay.
I got that. I don't know where these
listen. Okay, then my beef for you is done. Me and you were good. I thought you was foolish. Well, you're not foolish. My beef for you are done. You're off the hook. Now,
what I will say
my boy.
We good over here?
No, we good. I'm sure you all right. Yo, my boy. You know who I'm talking to, bro.
I love me some KD. I ain't never giving that up. I'll tell you that much.
Okay, but let me ask you something, though.
Go ahead.
KD or LeBron James?
Right now.
Right now?
Right now, I'm King KD.
King KD? Look at that. That don't even sound right.
That's not his name. KD Trey 5. That's the easy money sniper. That's easy money sniper.
Easy. He needed some more money. He was bankrupt.
Bro, he had a bad series, bro. It happened. Look. Bron ain't never had a bad series.
I don't think so.
He never
had a bad series.
Okay, I'm mad. So yeah, I never forgive him for that one. But listen, this is how I feel with Brooklyn and Kevin Durant. I just think that if it was LeBron James in replacement of Kevin Durant, right? They don't get swept.
But if you think
that's my argument,
and I could say the same about the opposite. KD on the Lakers, they ain't in the they at least in the play-in.
That's a cool argument, but like KD doesn't make his teams actually better. He just scores more. So like if you really think about it, that booty Lakers team with somebody who doesn't know how to lead and somebody who doesn't know how to make their team better. You get what I mean?
I can't say that because he's never been on a losing team though.
Who?
KD. His team, and he ain't never been on a losing team. Maybe his rookie year. Other than that, they win. So you can't say he don't make his team better just because he do it in a different way.
He doesn't make his team better, bro.
Think about how much attention he has to draw on the offensive end. Double teams.
And he misses then what? But he takes those shots on 2-3 people.
And besides this series, he be drilling them. Besides this series,
or like he did at the end of the season, start to dime more, getting 8, 9, 10 assists, which we didn't see before. So I'd say like a couple years ago, I might give you a little bit more credit toward that point because he was a strict scorer. But I think his game's expanding. Team didn't come together well this year. We know we had to regroup, just like you guys. We both were the favorites, and we're looking at it going into this year. So we both were a little disappointing. I'm guessing you would consider our disappointment to be bigger than yours, but talk to me about, like, as a Lakers fan, you guys are so used to this winning culture.
I hope you put the, when the record, I hope you put that effect right there. I don't know who's editing it. Just stop it right there. You get me? Stop it right there. Let me tell you something, sir. I'm not a Lakers fan.
LeBron James.
Okay? Let me tell you something, sir. I can care less about Los Angeles and their Lakers. I like LeBron James. If LeBron James goes and plays hockey, I'm a Tampa Bay fan. Tampa Bay Lightning. If LeBron James goes and play hockey, I'm watching hockey.
Can I throw this at you then? Because this is interesting as a LeBron fan. He brought up wanting to play with Bronny. Let's say he leaves to go to another team, wherever Bronny gets drafted.
Yeah.
You're obviously going to be a fan of that team because you're a LeBron fan.
Yes.
What is your impression on LeBron kind of in terms of how many teams he's played with or like, joined or not joined, but like created or like played on? Do you think that will affect his, it's really hard to affect the number 2, in my opinion, basketball player of all time's resume, but do you think that deteriorates a little bit from his credibility?
I think it all depends on like how you look at it. I don't look at it as like the way LeBron leaves teams. Like I don't think there's anything wrong with it. Like the way he left Cleveland, he just he did enough for them. They wasn't doing anything for him at the end of the day, and he's looking at it like I'm here. Like what? His sophomore year, he took them to the finals. Was it his sophomore, junior year? One of those. Like
2005. What year they go to the finals? 4, 5?
Yeah, something like that. Like he takes them to
his third year.
Takes them to the finals with like scrubs. You get what I mean? So like it's like, how much more do you want from me? I'm the one getting criticized. People are talking about me. They're not talking about the GM. They're not talking about the assistant coach. They're talking about me. You get what I mean? So at the end of the day, like it's just like, let's say you on a different team, you're on a different team. Feel me? We all killing, you feel me? But we're all getting criticized and nobody's helping us. And then we hit each other up one day, yo, let's just go play together. That's just what they did. You get what I mean?
That's a fact.
And that's just what they did. That's just what it was. And one thing that I don't like is people try to compare his move to KD's move.
No, I'll even give you that one. That's not comparable.
You get what I mean? Like before that move, I loved KD. I'm not a hater. I think hate is a crazy word. Like I don't hate KD, but as like a basketball player, like I can't respect that.
I can feel that.
Like I just can't because like where I come from, like you can't do that. It's like
Lyndon beat y'all in the state chip.
It's like Lyndon.
Somebody transfers to.
It's like Lyndon beats us in a state chip on a buzzer beater, and I go to Lyndon next year.
Yeah,
and we run through
everybody.
Union County.
Like you talking crazy to like.
And I'm talking crazy to Elizabeth fans.
Yeah.
And I'm I thought that was crazy.
No, I agree.
Like I thought it was crazy. Like it was weak. You get what I mean? And that's weak. You get what I mean? People try to make LeBron moves weak. His moves aren't weak. He's just he gives a team his all.
You need a team around.
You get what I mean? He gives a team his all. And the way the NBA is set up now, you need players. I think the NBA been set up like this. It's just set up differently. Mm-hmm. And people try to sugarcoat it. Mm-hmm. People try to act like people won championships by themselves.
Nobody
won a chip by themselves. Like you get what I mean? Which but I'm not even gonna argue that because like people just sit here and they want to argue all day. But you need players. Like at the end of the day, these are the best players in the world. Like you see it now in the NBA. Like a lot of players are really starting to develop. Like you got teams like the Grizzlies. Like any night they can beat any team in the league.
Right.
Like and they have people like that are making names for themselves, like Desmond Bain and Dylan Brooks, like people like that. And you're like, where does this guy come from?
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So it's just a lot of different things. Like there's a lot of different variables, but LeBron James for sure. Like him moving from team to team doesn't bother me. I think his reasons are justifiable to me.
Nah, and I agree with your point on KD. I thought his move to Golden State was weak, but I will say this. I don't discredit his 2 chips that he won in Golden State like other people like to do because at the end of the day, you still need to go and get it done. You feel what I'm saying? Like whether they had the best team on the floor or not, they still had to go get it done. I've seen a lot of teams. I brought this up too when we were talking about our top 10 all-time list because I got KD. I think I had him at 6 because nobody want to talk about Magic's 5 rings when Kareem came over. Kareem is arguably I got him at number 3 all time behind Bron and MJ. I got him at number 3. Nobody want to ever say, "Oh, Magic was there," and then he got Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Like that's arguably 2 of the top 5 greatest players of all time paired up together. Like you feel me? Mm-hmm. But nobody wants to look at that. Kobe and Shaq. Guess who came over? Shaq had to come over. They drafted Kobe. They drafted Kobe as a rookie. Mm-hmm. So it's like you don't discredit their rings. But because KD went over there, yeah, he joined the super team, but everybody made some type of super team. Every dynasty is a super team at the end of the day. Like you got multiple players who are all-time great players. That's how you create a dynasty. That's the only way you create a dynasty.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm. Those great points, Rich. I gotta ask you this. I came across this question, and I thought there was nobody better to ask than Mr. Trigger Man. So LeBron's 4-year LA run, right? Mm-hmm. We have 1 chip, 2 playing games, and 1 missed playoffs, right? Mm-hmm. In a 4-year span.
It was 2 playing games?
2 playing last year.
Last year he lost the.
Yeah, he lost
to Golden. Was it Golden State? No. He won in the playing game. He beat Golden State and then lost to the Suns in the first round.
Yeah. Okay. So it was Okay.
So 1 chip, round 1 exit.
Yeah, 1 chip. Yeah, but both times still made the. So, would you consider his 4-year run getting the 1 chip? You know, having to play in the playing game 2 times and missing the playoffs once. Do you consider that 4-year run a success?
Okay, look, I feel like when it comes to LeBron James, he goes to certain teams to win a championship. Mm. So once he gets you a championship, it's success.
Job done. Yeah.
You get what I mean? His job is done. Whatever he does after
is extra.
It's extra. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. But let's just say that wasn't his motive, then it's not a success. Like, let's just say he wanted to go to the Lakers long term. Like, then it's not a success. You get what I mean? Mm-hmm. But we all know he's not going to stay there.
Yeah.
Like, you get what I mean? Eventually, LeBron's going to probably go back to Cleveland, retire in Cleveland. So, or wherever Bronny goes. Yeah. You get what I mean? So, at this point, I think it's success. They got a championship. Like, he got you a ring.
Yeah.
Like, when the last time Lakers won a ring? Since Kobe was in the league.
Yeah.
Kobe.
So, like, for me, RP Kobe.
Yeah.
But, yeah, man, like, I think it's successful. I had a good time.
I wasn't seeing Bron get that forward.
I mean, whenever LeBron gets a chip, it's always a great year for me. Like, I remember one year, I think, was it the Yankees? I think the Yankees. No, it was the Giants. I think the Giants won the Super Bowl. Don't quote me on this. And
They won the chip.
and
That was
LeBron
2012, I think.
2012.
and the
Yeah.
LeBron won the
2012.
chip. That was a good year, man. Like,
like
nobody, they couldn't tell me nothing, bro.
Bro, one of my
Top of the
Like,
world.
you feel me?
I said beating Brady.
Yes.
Beating Brady.
too.
Yeah, Brady got none on Eli. Remember I said that.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? None on Eli.
Hold on, I got a quick question though. Because LeBron done played so long in his journey. I feel like,
Yes.
and I feel like he's like his career is almost in tiers. Like
Yes.
you got tier 1 is his first stretch in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got tier 2, Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Tier 3 going back to Cleveland,
The return.
Cleveland, and then we got tier 4, which is LeBron LA now. Which tier was your favorite, and which do you think is the best?
Like, which do I think he's the best?
Yeah,
Like,
which one?
Where,
Which one?
where he was the best?
Yeah.
What's my favorite, and which one was he was the best?
Yeah,
Okay, listen. Okay, the most athletic Bron is definitely rookie year Bron. Feel me? I feel like that's where he was most athletic. Like you go see those highlights, it's ridiculous. Like you wouldn't, like you go back and you're like, wow, like he's really doing these stuff.
My dunk.
Like it was ridiculous. You feel me? Where I thought he was most skilled was when he went back to Cleveland. Like I felt like when he got to Miami, he realized he needed to add a little bit more to his game. You know what I mean? Especially when he's playing against the Mavs and stuff. It was more mental for him there. I feel like that was more mentally. He was mentally growing as a player. But when he went back to Cleveland, it was like, yeah, like I'm the man. Like I'm LeBron. Like that one. Like I told people this all the time. Like I don't think there's ever gonna be a better playoff performance than LeBron James bringing that one Cleveland team to the finals by himself.
Yeah, that's 2018.
I thought LeBron was doing voodoo.
yeah.
No,
Yeah.
I thought LeBron sold his soul for real. No,
Watching that?
Yeah, we watched that.
Bro,
J.R. Smith did
no,
the nut. Yeah,
bro,
game.
I'm not even gonna get to that yet. Like even before that, bro, I literally thought LeBron sold his soul. Like I was ready to stop fucking with LeBron. Like I said, yo, he sold his soul.
Yo, that run was crazy.
Yeah,
Bro.
dominated.
Like it was like, and you know what's crazy too? The certain games they lost, he was taking nights off.
He was.
Like you get me? He was like, yo, I'm gonna rest this game. Like he was doing it on purpose.
No, he was doing
Like you was watching, yo, LeBron, why you not doing what you did last game? And the next game he would do it. You're like, oh, okay, you took last game off. No, like I was like, wow, like, and then like it made me like that. Like the reason why I thought that was so good because he just reminded you, like as a fan, he reminds you like why you're a fan. Like you feel me? Like and you're like, yeah, like that's my guy. Like you get me? Like he's not gonna let me down. Like you get what I mean? And like I like how LeBron, he just transitions his game. Like right now, LeBron's a lethal shooter in the league. Like you don't let that man shoot, he's gonna make it. Like you get what I mean? It wasn't like that back in the day. And what was the other question again?
Which one was? Well, I said which one was your favorite? So I'm guessing that
okay,
Cleveland,
yeah, that Cleveland one was my favorite.
And
yes.
which one you thought was the best? Would you still say that Cleveland one too? That was a little bit.
Yeah.
That man was playing. Like,
Yeah, that's the one, bro. Voodoo Bron.
It was
Bron,
crazy,
that's a
yo.
new name.
Because I
Voodoo
brought that
Bron,
up too.
bro.
Like, yo, it really like it looked like he was like it was almost like a surgeon. Like he was tactical about it. Like he was going into series and like it's like he had it just planned. Like, all right, I'm gonna kill y'all this game. I'm gonna cool out this one.
Yeah.
Like he knew, like it's like he had it down to a science. Like we gonna go to this many games, but y'all not gonna beat me. Like,
Yeah.
it ain't gonna happen. Like it's gonna look cool, but once it gets to the nitty gritty, like all right, like good luck.
Bro, and you gotta remember, he swept Toronto by himself. He swept them, bro. He swept them. Bro, I was crying in my house,
And
bro.
that
Like,
team won a chip with Kawhi, switching
Bro,
up DeRozan
just
into
DeRozan
Kawhi.
for
pretty
Kawhi.
I
much.
was screaming in my house,
Yo,
bro.
just the shots. I think it was game 3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
That like second half, just shooting
The game
one
winner,
leg
bro.
faders, just fading on him, bro.
Game winner leaning left off the
He hit 2 game winners against them, no?
Yeah,
Oh no, he had a game winner in that series,
Pacers.
and a game winner against Pacers.
The one that looked just like Jordan shot up the middle.
Toronto thought they was never getting a chip, bro. With Bron in that Eastern
Yeah.
Conference, they never getting one.
They were so happy when he left,
because
man.
they could have been any seed. Like they could have
didn't
been
matter.
the 1, 2, 3. Bron could have been the 7th walking into the 1. It's gonna be 4.
Bron had kill on his mind, and I think that's because of Drake. Like the other series, the other ones he was taking games off the Raptors. He was like, "Nah, I'm just gonna blast."
Yeah, I'm gonna do y'all bad so I can chill at home for a little bit. Yeah,
Go see Savannah real quick.
Yeah,
sure.
Savannah, sweet. Boy. My bad, bro.
All right, Rich, before we let you get up out of here, we have to do the Juice Crew infamous start cut bench. Now we're gonna keep it LeBron theme, you know, as with this hoops debate. We're gonna do Bron's best teammates.
Okay.
So I need a start cut bench. Kyrie, D Wade, Anthony Davis. Start cut bench.
Start cut bench. Okay, I'm gonna cut AD because he can't stay healthy. I'm gonna start Dwayne Wade. He's more of a leader, and I'll bench Kyrie.
I can get behind that.
Yeah,
I can get behind.
I ain't got no grapes.
Yeah,
I ain't got no grapes with that. I can get behind that.
Mm-hmm.
Call me crazy. I'm switching AD and Kyrie. I'm switching.
You
I'm
could.
switching.
I'm
Yeah.
switching. Sound good.
No, because 80 got the first. He had the first team, defensive team. He was the defensive player of the year.
So you're gonna cut Kyrie?
It's splitting here. It's like this, bro. It's legit. It's tough. I had to look at it. I had to look at it.
Mm-hmm.
I had to look at it.
That
But
shot is just,
it is.
that.
I'm going off the eye test off that one.
But
Yeah.
in AD's prime, though, we was considering him top.
It should be his prime.
Yeah.
But I'm
It should
saying
be his
in that
prime.
bubble run, he
Prime.
was considered top 3, top 5. We was throwing up in there.
Bubble AD.
Hey, he got the chip defensive team, first team all league. I
He
need
didn't even
that.
get the MVP. They still
Bro.
gave it to Bron, bro.
Bro,
They still gave that John to Bron.
same thing with Kyle Shot.
Oh yeah, because LeBron was carrying.
I think Bron was good. I feel like Bron the type. He get in the finals. I think they just gone. They let him get it.
His
I mean,
numbers.
His numbers.
His numbers, yeah. It's like, okay.
He was still leading. Probably led him in scoring in both times.
LeBron be killing, bro.
I'm still taking that AD just for the defensive. But hey, that was
Jersey.
my start cut bench. Yeah, sorry for the jersey. Got my fault. Maybe on the next one. But anything that we've missed that you would like just to give a shout out to our Juice Crew family.
I'm just happy to be here, man. I'm happy you guys started this podcast. That's fire, man. It's good to do things other than just work at school. You get what I mean? So,
For sure.
this is fire. Like, it's good. Like, to just go out and do it. Like, a lot of people sit home and they say they're gonna do certain things, but they never really go out and do it. You feel me? And I see you guys are really serious. Like, you got a whole banner. Like, you know what I mean? So, like, I appreciate you guys having me, and like. This was fun. I had a great time, and yeah, just
Appreciate having you on.
hopefully I get another invite.
Of course, you're always welcome. But as always, guys, it's been another great episode of the podcast. We talked about a bunch of amazing stuff. Everything from just growing up in Elizabeth, playing ball over there, trying out for the RU team, being a barber, being a rapper on the side, having these side hustles, and then also, our classic hoop debates that, are just always classic. You can never miss. Can never miss the Juice Crew hoop debates. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe to our YouTube page. This has been another great episode of the Juice Crew podcast where ex-athletes dive into and beyond the game. We'll catch you on the next cup. Peace.
The Nets suck.